What is going on, Shiba Army? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a quick video. And on this video, guys, we're going to be talking about Shibarium, Shytoshi Kusama, as well as what's currently happening right now in the background. And I am seeing a lot of hate. I'm seeing a lot of FUD that is being spread around. And, like I always say, you guys, I will keep it real. I will keep it 100 with you. At the end of the day, the stuff that people are flooding, it really has nothing to do with them in particular. Like, if you don't like a project, if you're not going to be invested into a pre-sale or whatever, then what's the point of you spreading the FUD? Especially if you don't like it, that's cool. But why are you trying to convince other people not to like it? And I'm seeing the word scam. This is newbie investor one on one. They don't understand something, they automatically start spewing out scam, fraud, SEC, FBI. Like, again, it just goes back to everything that I tell you guys. Like, if you go on X and you listen to some of these people's posts, they have absolutely no clue of what they're talking about. So a lot of the stuff is just like cesspool to me. So I'm just gonna bring it up and show you guys what I'm talking about, and also show you guys the benefit behind it. You know what I mean? Again, you don't have to participate in it if you don't want to. That's the easy. That's the easiest concept that most people do not understand. If there is something that I don't like or I don't want to get invested into, I don't need to be invested into it. But before I dive too deeply into this video, do me a huge favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinion about Shibarium. So taking a quick look at the overall global crypto market, it is down 4.16%. So things are just tanking, or not really tanking, just having a nice pullback. Seven, like Ethereum down 7% in the last 24 hours, 9.55% in the last 24 hours. So if your asset or your cryptos that you're holding is on Ethereum, they are being affected by it because the liquidity pool in itself is on Ethereum. So any ETH asset like Bone, Sheep, they're getting affected by this because, again, the value is paired against Ethereum. So Ethereum do well, your asset will do well. Ethereum do bad, your asset more likely is going to do bad. So looking at the price of Bone is sitting at 48 cents. And again, it is taking the brunt of it. So you get Ethereum selling, then you get some people panicking. And now, Bone is down 9.33%. So it got an extra 2% from added to it outside of the 7.16% that Ethereum's already down. So it is what it is. It does give people opportunities to still be able to get in if you have not been able to get your full bag. So, on to this airdrop, this Shifu uh, airdrop that a lot of people are just flooding, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, they were able to raise 6,094 ETH, guys. That's how much they were able to raise in within 24 hours. So that's equivalent to and I just rounded down. That's equivalent to about 21 million dollars, right? So 21 million dollars. Guess what this token is going to do? It's going to be bridgeable to Shibarium. So that's going to offer more LP on Shibarium as well as increase the TVL. This is the type of stuff that we should be supporting. Now, if you're not supporting as far as getting into the pre-sale, that's cool. You don't have to support it that way. But as far as like sharing and rating this, you know what I mean? This is the type of stuff that you as holders of Bone, you as holders of Sheep, you holders as Leash should be excited about. If you're only just thinking about your particular asset and that's it, and you missed the whole you missed the whole what a blockchain is actually for. The reason why Ethereum is at the heights that it's currently at right now is due because projects are being built on Ethereum. So people always talk about, oh, we need to see Shiba Inu burn. We need to see, like, I care zero craps about Shiba Inu being burned. And I've been transparent about this for the longest. Shiba Inu burn, that's I don't care. Because at the end of the day, the biggest asset that I think that's going to benefit from the Shiba Inu community is going to be Bone. And this is why I'm heavily invested in it. So Shiba Inu getting burned or not, care less. But if we calculate how much is needed for Shiba Inu to get like at least 1 trillion burnt, it's about like $21 million. So who in their right mind is going to just burn out of their own pocket $21 million? I don't think people are really, taking the time just to be able to think like when they're asking for these burns. Like, oh, we need burns, we need burns. Who is going, like, let alone you as the investor probably wouldn't even burn $100 out of your own pocket. You get, how about you pull $100 out your pocket and you burn that? So the way that we're going to be able to get that $21 million burn is going to have to be based upon usage, where people are transacting on Shibarium, not knowing, that stuff is getting burnt in the background. But if you're not supporting it, if you're not coming on chain, then how are we going to get $21 million burnt? And that's just off of 1 trillion. Because like as you start playing these scenarios or even talking about it out loud, you could start to see how stupid some of these people are. Like, oh yeah, they need to burn. They need to burn. They haven't even burnt a trillion sheep. Essentially, they're just saying they haven't burnt $21 million. Like, again, who is going to be burning $21 million? A fool would do that. But I digress. But going back to this though, when it comes to how much is on chain on Shibarium, right? The biggest liquidity pool that we have is the K9 and Rat Bone pair, which is valued at $1.8 million. They were able to raise $21 million, right? So even if they did 10% of how much there was raised to put into the liquidity pool on Shibarium, you're looking at $2.1 million added onto it, which would make it the biggest liquidity pool on Shibarium. This is what we need. We need more partnerships like this. So big congrats to Shy, big congrats to Cal, and not only that too, it's a win-win. So if you own Bone, if you own Leash, if you own Shiba Inu in the Shiboshis, you're also getting this free token for just holding. So I don't see the downside of this. What's the downside? Like, oh, they should have built everything on Shibarium. Ideally, it would have been, probably the best, but they're not in charge of Shifu. They're not in charge of it. They're a part of it, but they're not in charge of it. So from a negotiation standpoint, they felt like, hey, in the best interest, because they still have to look out for this token, and they say in the best interest of this token, they should launch it on Ethereum. If that's what they want to do with their project, then that's perfectly fine. But it's still gonna be a bridgeable token, guys, meaning LP could be funneled from Ethereum going onto Shibarium as well. So again, this is a definitely plus for us, and this is another way of we're seeing, Shytoshi and the team essentially working for their bag, working for Shibarium, working for Shiba Inu, and they get a lot of hate for it. And I get it. A lot of the people that's in Sheeb have not made money in it, but that's your fault for being late. There's no other way to slice it. Now, wanted to bring this up. We have Ginsha of Shibarium. Big shout out to Old Horse. Very, very dedicated person who is constantly working for his Shibarium bag. And a part of the way that you and you guys could, take notes from this. Like, you don't necessarily, if you can't create a project, there's other ways of supporting, Shibarium. NFTs, you get an NFT done, you could get shilling, rating. Like, there's so many ways. So Old Horse decided he wanted to do, a history. And this is the NFT right here that you could go out right now and you could mint it. And this is from season 1 or episode 1 or chapter 1, I'm sorry. And this is I'm gonna play a little bit of it because at the end of the day, you guys got to get your own. I don't want to spoil everything for you. But
In the
this
heart
right
of
here
Shibuya, where the cherry blossoms bloomed in delicate
is
hues
well
of
written.
pink and white,
The
Sakura
script,
walked with purpose,
the artwork,
her steps echoing against
and
the
this
cobblestone
is
streets.
you as an
March
investor
8,
could actually be able to get
1933,
a piece
held a
of,
special
because I call
significance
this
in her
right here
heart,
like a
not just because it
timepiece
marked the
as far
awakening of
as you
spring,
being able
but
to
because
get
it whispered of new beginnings and
a
unexpected
piece of Shibarium
encounters.
history, because this right here
As
is going to
Sakura
forever
approached the
be a
tea
part
house,
of
her
Shibarium history.
sanctuary amidst the chaos
Like
of the
before the
world,
massive
a sense of
masses
anticipation
actually got
pulsed
into it.
through her
I
veins.
know I'm talking over the audio,
The air
but
was heavy with...
let me just pause it real quick. But yeah, this is just a snippet. I'm going to leave the link in the description. Now, this is not a paid sponsorship or anything like that. This is something that I own, and out of support of Old Horse, I'm bringing it to you guys to this channel. So make sure you guys go out and support him in this, and as well as it is supporting Shibarium, because this is done on Shibarium. Yeah, and the last thing too, Roaring Kitty. The reason why Roaring Kitty, or people are pushing for Roaring Kitty to get onto Shibarium, is also to be able to support Shibarium. So these are the type of stuff we're looking for, creative ways to be able to make Shibarium pop. And going back to what I was saying with this was a creative partnership. You know, it's giving the Shib ecosystem free tokens. Not only that, the money that was raised for this is gonna, some of them is gonna get bridged over to create an LP on Shibarium. So this is a win-win situation. But let me know though in the comment down below your thoughts, your opinion about all this. Random Arts guys signing off. Peace.